I'm actually trying to play and like rank up, and I'm getting fucked over by the PlayStation controller. Getting fucked by the shitty pad.
So, is it fucked over in the sense that your controller is just garbo, or is it for the fact that the PlayStation 5 has a very small D-pad?
It will see, like, the issue is that it's like I'm having more than just issues with the D-pad, right? It's like when I'm hitting the circle button, when I'm no matter how hard, like when I'm intentionally just trying to hit one input, it's like it's double hitting. It's like reading it as two inputs. So if you look at my frame data, and if you're looking at my input data, if I'm hitting down and circle at the same time, it's reading the down circle, but then it's reading a secondary circle input, right?
The fuck?
So if I'm going down circle and then immediately hitting X, it's not reading the X. It's reading another circle. It's driving me bananas.
So what you're telling me is that you have a second hidden circle button on your controller.
Fuck, I can't combo. I can't combo properly. How am I supposed to frame block people and combo properly if I can't fucking combo properly?
Just use the bear and hit
See?
square. That's it.
Day by day, you're sounding more and more like a fighting game player, blaming everything but
How can I be
your
frame
skill.
perfect? How can I be frame perfect on my shit when the tools that I have? Wait, we're not recording it, are we?
Oh, I was. This was too good to not
Hell
record.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad I asked. 'Cause
Show
I was gonna give you guys. I was gonna say some shit that was a little confidential. So I'm glad I asked. Well, I'm not gonna say nothing now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not recording at all. It
Well,
was
now
a
I
fluke.
can't trust.
I was testing you.
Now I can't say shit. Anyways,
Yeah,
so
dude. I'm excited for you. It's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah.
so we'll see.
Yeah. All right. I guess we should actually start the real podcast.
I guess.
Well, I guess welcome
Have a
to
fighting
United
game
Nerd
round
Podcast.
So what's going to happen is that pad's going to come in after Valentine's Day, which is actually ideal. Because what would happen is I would just ignore everything tomorrow, and just
Valid.
strictly I'd obsess over getting it all set up and getting everything together. And luckily, it's not. It'll be here.
Whatever keeps you alive for a day. You know, have them ship it to you a little bit later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I guess to start this off, a little bit of housekeeping for everybody. If you're listening to this right now, our week 1 VOD for Chase for the Title is up now on our Twitch VOD channel.
Hell yeah.
UWN Rewind. You can go check it out, and by this weekend, week 2 should be up. And of course, week 3 is this Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific, twitch.tv/YouDieWeNerd. We're almost there. We're halfway there, Joel.
I gotta get my floofy shirt. My floofy shirt.
Gotta get your
Promise
floofy shirt
the
ready.
king.
Gotta represent the
My
king.
floofy shirt.
No, you got to
True.
represent the king. Remember, he won. He won that second match this weekend.
That's true.
You know what you need to do now. You promised us, the viewers.
SmackDown's got
Yep.
some uncharted territory going with the king now on the opposite brand.
Yep.
But I don't know. McSlacks is slow. I can guarantee you, hopefully by week 4, McSlacks will become a fan favorite. It's a new goal of mine. Will it work out? I don't know.
So you guys need to explain this a little bit to me because I am a
Okay.
little bit confused. So how do you determine a winner for this? So are you guys both taking weeks and determining who has better ratings, or how is this working?
So for the MyGM mode for 2K23, their season is roughly 25 weeks in game. And so you have like 4 weeks in a pay-per-view. And basically it's pretty much popularity, like who has the more fans by the end of the season. So basically it's like figuring out which matchups and like which not so much stories, but like what rivalries will give you the best results. Sometimes you make a match and you think it's really good and it's fun to watch, but then you get like a shit rating, like we did.
Yeah.
the
It's
past
happened a
2
few times. It was like an
happened a few
electrifying
times.
match, and it's like disappointing. Man, it's like, man, fuck you. That was
So is
great.
one of you guys Raw and the other one of you guys is like
SmackDown, yeah.
SmackDown?
So there's like 5 brands you can pick from.
Okay.
In the mode, I chose SmackDown. Joel chose Raw, and
Got it.
then
Raw, baby.
there's GMs that you could pick from. I chose Mick Foley and Joel chose Kurt Angle.
First
for the
Kurt
memes.
Angle. Yep. For the memes.
Yeah, and then like the GMs have like their own own special like powers. You get ability cards that you can use to help yourself or fuck over your opponent. And it's just
where I actually, so Brian couldn't use his superstar. That was pretty annoying.
that was annoying because it was my fucking champion. I was fucking pissed.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty much figuring out who can, manage their show the best and hopefully not run out of money, which we almost did thanks to our friend Lisa. Because people don't know, this whole series is leading up to our 3rd anniversary. And so during these streams, the viewers can interact with us through, follows, donations, all that kind of, Twitch stuff like channel points. And Lisa bombarded us with a stipulation called blind booking, where we took some D&D dice and we had rolled them, and then basically whatever the dice landed on is the selection we had to choose based off of what came first in like the rows. And so we pretty much ended up blowing a couple $100,000 on matches that only gave us like 2 out of 5 stars. It was fucking terrible, but it was a lot of fun.
Like a true wrestling owner.
Yep. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It was.
Come hang out with us.
Still is.
Like I said, it's Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific. See who will walk away with the title.
It's actually, I know I like hit it on the first VOD. It's really cool in person. The photos and the video don't do it justice. It's something else.
Here, hold on. I'm gonna grab it. The viewers need to know what's at stake.
So if you're listening, it's imagine like a wrestling belt. If you
Oh,
can,
dude,
but
it's huge in
this-
person.
yeah,
Holy
is
shit,
a
that
work
thing
of
is
art.
massive.
not like the kind you get at like Toys R Us for like $30. It was a very large investment for Brian, and it's very cool, very shiny, and
Channel.
real leather, I believe. Yeah, so
This baby.
if you really want to see how big it is and how it looks, go check our VOD from week 1 for the chase for the title. It's something else. It's really cool. And I almost want to do I joked with some of our Marvel Crisis Protocol buddies we should do one for our championship and have that rotate. So that'd be pretty funny if we did that.
I like how you can do I like how you can also do like a super like oh shit my mic like a Super Bowl style like ring too from that company. You can do
Oh,
all
yeah.
sorts of like memorabilia stuff.
Nice.
That's why I also mentioned we're not a sponsor, but Trophy Smack. We'll do it if you call. But yeah, I'm excited. It came out really nice. I like how it looks. And
Really?
by the 25th, it's going home with one of us. Well, unfortunately, not you, Marcelo. You're not.
No. But
weren't
either
there.
you or Joel are definitely going to earn that. You guys have worked your ass off for that, so I'm
But
hopeful when you guys get sick.
in the future, it might be yours.
Maybe I'm hoping
Get those
for other
Tekken skills
types
up. Get those Tekken skills up.
I
You guys
mean,
can do Tekken. When you're ready,
I
come back to
mean-
Street Fighter. I'll throw down.
I'm pretty solid. I think I'm getting there.
You
I'm
called
feeling
me up
pretty
the other
good.
day. I was telling Brian, you were super focused. You were in it. You were telling me about who's doing what. You were complaining about the bear. It was like, oh man, you're in it.
Yeah, fuck.
You're in it. That's how
Dude.
I know.
Let me tell you, I got fucking special styled like corner smacked by a bear the other day when I was playing ranked. Dude, I was getting salty.
Uma's no joke.
Joel was having fun though.
Oh yeah, mashing that square button. And I have to say, Kuma's special is ridiculous, and
Yeah.
I'm here for it. And I asked Marcelo, but Brian, have you made any like custom versions? Because I saw there was like a cool Cyclops for the devil guy. I forgot his name. Sorry, Tekken fans, don't hate me, but someone did
devil
like
guy?
that.
That's-
That's laser blast.
Devil Jim.
Who?
There you
Which
go,
one?
Devil
Which
Jim.
devil are you talking about?
The one with the wings. There
Which
you go,
one?
That one. No. God damn it. Anyway, the one with the lasers.
Which
Sounded
one?
like a Cyclops skin. No, wait, what?
They all have that. They all have it.
Oh.
It's in the
Not
family.
Heihachi. There you go. Not
Not
Heihachi,
Heihachi.
not Yoshimitsu. There you go.
But yeah, it's pretty hype.
Yeah. Yeah. Tekken 8's probably the most fun that I've had for a fighting game in a long time. More than Street Fighter 6. I mean, I still have Street Fighter 6. I mean, I'll go back and play it and see how I do. I have it on Xbox, I think.
Yeah.
I played some Street Fighter with Joel last night, and
I know I saw a double KO. Was that yesterday?
that was yesterday.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Dude,
I
that
love
was
those.
epic.
Yeah.
I love those rare occurrences. But I will say, fuck, I was so lost in the Tekken 8 sauce that like I was like, how the fuck do I do things? Like for the life of me, I couldn't quarter circle worth of shit last night. That's how much I was fucking inundated with Tekken. But Tekken's
But
my baby,
you still
so I
had it,
can't.
man. I only got like a couple match wins. Your Ken was strong, but I mean that's your main though. Like you're all Ken all the time. So.
And also, you just started playing Classic.
Oh,
I've been doing Classic a little bit
you,
longer.
As someone who's a modern player from Street Fighter to go to Classic, it's a wild thing, dude. I feel like you do have access to those combos easier, but holy shit, you're missing out. And I feel like maybe it's just because of my new controller too. I got a Hori for my birthday. I don't know. I
Nice.
feel like it's quicker. Classic is just you're snappier or something. I don't know. Something is. I feel like I get way more
It's-
double hits.
Can
than
you hold up
before.
your Hori really quick? Can I see it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, you definitely
Those
have
that know,
more
it's,
freedom with
Hori
Classic.
Fighting Commander. Shout out to Jameson. But yeah, it's like this.
That's
has the
really, it's
extra
really
two-
cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice. Yeah, no. I love that there's not that there's a resurgence of the fighting games, but like, did you
I mean,
see
it
that
kind of
there's, like,
is
this-
really.
Did you see that
Yeah.
there's been this huge uptick in the past couple weeks in PS5 sales because of Tekken 8?
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
That's awesome. Dude, the fact that a fighting game is driving console sales, that's fucking fantastic.
Not on my bingo card for this year.
Uh, yeah. Tekken 8's really fun. Street Fighter is also fun. It's just a really fun time to be a fighting game fan, dude. We're getting so many good fighting games in just like the span of a year. It's ridiculous. Speaking of console sales, there's not that much news that we can talk about today, but there is a little bit of news. But before we get to that, I just want to throw it to you guys for, what else has been going on. I know, Marcelo, you've been heavily into Tekken 8. Has there been anything else catching your eye?
Nope.
Fair enough. All right.
No, like literally, like I think I've been pretty much living Tekken 8 since its release. I think you got it first, and then I asked you like a couple of questions. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And then it's been pretty much nonstop. Pretty much any downtime that I have has been Tekken.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
Like any downtime. Even if it's like 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, I got time for 2 ranked matches, and then like I'll go in and get my ass kicked a couple times, and that's it, honestly.
Now, dude, picture this. You're on a work trip. You're in your hotel room. You have some time before you go to bed. Pull out that fucking Backbone.
Dude.
Remote play that shit.
Dude. Yeah,
I can't wait.
Texting. I've been having issues with remote play, but I'm definitely texting Emma like, can you turn my PS5 on? Can you turn my PS5 on?
You don't have yours on rest mode?
I do, but for some reason I'm having Wi-Fi issues where it's not like turning on.
That sucks. Like, honestly, even though I just invested in the Backbone like last year, like a part of me is like, the Portal though. do I need another handheld in my life?
Oh, dude,
what is that?
But like the Portal's like $200.
Right? Yeah. Oh,
so it's like
$200.
It's like 2 times the amount as a Backbone, but it's like you get. Well, here's the only issue, because the Portal, you do have the screen, and you have the dual sense grips, which is nice.
I see that, yeah.
The only issue is that if you want wireless headsets, you need to buy their proprietary headset.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the only
PlayStation one.
That's the only goofy thing about it. It's like their proprietary wireless tech that they are trying to ship. It still has an audio jack in it, which isn't terrible. Like if you have a wired headset, that's an easy fix. But still, if you're on a plane or something, you don't want to mess around with wires. You just kind of want to, pull it out and go. Yeah. But still, a nice looking machine.
Yeah, it is very cumbersome though. It seems very bulky. At least with the Backbone, it's pretty compact, and with the amount of travel that I do, I typically don't have that much downtime. So, it's a good size for the amount of time I do have. Excuse me.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joel, how about you? Has anything been going on with you?
Let's see. What gaming wise? I know you guys are big on Helldivers right now. It looks pretty appealing.
Yeah.
If you guys want to talk about that for a second, but I'm waiting until I get paid. It looks pretty fun, pretty like my kind of game, a co-op kind of run and gun shoot objectives and shit. Definitely my cup of tea. But you guys have played it, right? What are your thoughts?
So, for me, do you ever remember that feeling of like back in the day, like let's say like 360 day PS3 days. You know, you hop online, your friends are on, you all squat up and you just, you know, go out, roll out, do just running, gunning, doing all the fun stuff that you used to do back in the day online. That's the feeling I get with Helldivers. It's like it technically is a live service game that doesn't feel like a live service game. It feels very fun, very quality. Like legit, you roll up in your squad, you pick a planet, you drop on the planet, kill some bugs, kill some robots, do some missions. You know, you feel fucking action packed, and that's like what a game should feel like, you know. And I've seen so many clips of other people, fucking. I've seen clips on like TikTok of people just putting their gameplay behind like Black Sabbath music or like AC/DC music, and it fits so well to like that feeling of just like, yeah, let's go, roll out. You know,
it's one too.
It's so much fun and very surprising that the default version's like only $40 is wild. Cause like, so like you have your character and then, you know, you have your main hub area, which is like your ship, and you have your armory, which is all the guns. And of course you have your like quote unquote, like, battle pass kind of thing where it has like, armor pieces, cosmetics, and also has guns. But what's really nice is that I believe, I could be wrong, but from what I've heard, even with like the premium battle pass, you could pretty much unlock everything just by playing the game. Like you don't need to put money into it, which is cool. But yeah, it's super fun. Just like being able just to kind of go in, customize your loadout, customize your supplies, and kind of just go in and guns a blazing and just having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, when we were playing last night in Discord and I heard Nate and Fernando talking, they said a mission can be like 30 to 40 minutes, but I mean, if it sounds like an action-packed 30 minutes, holy shit. Usually it's like there's a lull or something or a drag, but that's good to hear. It's like a fun-paced, fast-paced, fun game.
Yeah, you don't really have a lot of lulls because you drop it into the zone that you select on a planet, and you have the 40 minutes to finish the main objective, but there are side objectives in that zone that you can go do first. And of course there's you know, resources that you pick up. There's like other little like like little world building kind of you know, things that you can find that just kind of are littered throughout the whole zone. And of course, you know, either you're fighting bugs or robots, like some will just kind of swarm out of nowhere to kind of keep you on your toes. So there's never really a dull moment, honestly.
Well, maybe post Valentine's Day payday, I'll see if
What do you guys
can
what do you
find
guys think this
Helldivers.
is going to do for like the Starship Troopers game that came out late last year though?
You mean
I mean,
like
I have,
make it good competition or sink it? Is that more what you're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about?
my question for you guys. Like, is it going to sink it? Like, I mean,
I
this
mean,
This
is pretty
this looks like the
close, right?
better. It looks like the better Starship Troopers, I'm being honest, except with the robots, right? But I mean,
it's very Starship Troopers coded for sure. Um, I don't know because I haven't heard anybody really talk about the game in a while. There's the Starship Troopers game in a while. I
I
don't know how
I
the player base is.
I mean, I bought it, and well, actually, let me check. Am I? I
Did
thought it
you
was
did you enjoy the game?
the Starship Troopers one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it was fun. I thought it was a part of their Discord. What happened to it?
Uh-oh.
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 Rut-row.
Might have your
They saw
answer there.
Helldivers, they were like, we out of here. They even went.
I guess you know,
Yeah.
will it take away from the player base that's there? It's hard to say, because yeah, they're kind of the same, but I feel like Helldivers, yes, will probably bring in the Starship Troopers fans, but I feel like it's also broad enough to be its own thing. I know, I think Fernando and our friend Jack played the original Helldivers, and it's a complete 180, because the first Helldivers was like a top down kind of like more of like a strategy game, where 2 is a total flip where it's like a third person shooter, you know. And so, and from what I heard, at least from them, was like they love 2 a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but then again, it's kind of like talking about fighting games, where sure, you could have one that's like your favorite, but if you love the genre, you know, that I wouldn't see why you couldn't, you know, divide your time between both or have fun with both. You know, not necessarily one's better than the other, but I mean, as we see
Definitely
right
one.
now, Helldivers 2 is the big talk right now. So I think we would have to wait and see like a few weeks or a month later to see, you know, how people are talking about it. I know. Camera gone?
Yeah, I clicked out
Maybe
of
they'll
my
be
Oh
clicked out of my
no.
app.
they'll be
No, I'm good, guys. I'm
a
good. I clicked out of my
collaboration.
camera.
They might be a cross collaboration. You know, I mean, speaking of, what I've been excited for is today the armor sets for Mass Effect previewed in
Oh
Destiny.
yeah.
So you could have your Titan look like Shepard, your Warlock look like Liara, or the Shadow Broker, and then you have your Hunter like Garrus. You can get like their knockoff Normandy and Ghost Shell for free with the Sparrow. So cool. I mean, $60 to look like them.
Nope, you'll
But
never get me back, Destiny. I'm done.
you're in
If I,
Tekken mode, so I
I'm
don't blame
done.
you.
Never get me back.
now, what if they have a Tekken crossover?
Nope. Nothing. No, I don't think I could. I don't.
No hesitation.
Not even if your guardian could do electrics.
No, nothing will ever.
I almost there was a moment of doubt. There was a moment of doubt.
No, there's just like something. I don't know. I don't think Bungie will ever get my money.
That's fair.
Fair. Fair.
That finisher
They-
though.
That finisher is pretty cool. The Omniblade jab is pretty dope. Yeah, that came out. They still
Omniblade.
got more content on the way.
Say.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And of
Oh
course, with their
man.
trailer, they're on Mars. Was a nice touch. And of course, the ends with them on the elevator. That was also a nice touch. Um,
Gotta
what
look at
I've
it
been
now.
doing though recently is for Baldur's Gate 3, I started the hard mode run. It's tactician mode, and I'm playing as Karlach. So I'm gonna do Karlach the whole mode, and then I was just talking with our buddy Matt. At some point, we're gonna do an honor mode run where it has the one save file, so we can't scum save. We're gonna try and see how that goes when the timing's right. I just want to see how far we get. I don't care if we die in the first encounter. I've heard people die literally from the little brains, and then that's it, like right off the crash.
Punishment mode.
So yeah, so we'll see. I've had a couple people who I like went to Santa Cruz with, and they've completed it. I'm just like, what did you do? And they told me. I was like, oh my god. And so yeah, that's on my plate right now. But Ragnarok, I'll get to it. I don't know. I don't want to force it, but I know when that moment happens, that's all I'm gonna be playing is going back into Ragnarok, and of course
Man.
Valhalla and Mirage too.
I just want you to
I mean, you don't have to play anything.
I mean, it's true. You
I know
don't
what
have
you
to
want
play
me to
anything,
play.
but I want to talk to somebody about God of War Ragnarok. God damn it!
All right. Well,
I mean,
I'll try to get through it. 4
you
was
also
amazing.
said you would watch a ton of movies that I've also suggested, and you've never seen them.
Hey,
So I mean,
hey, May, I'm working
Hey,
through
man.
Gen V, okay? I'm working on that.
still haven't seen a bunch of movies I've recommended. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Been almost a year. You can let it go now. You can let it go. No, he's not gonna let it go. Yeah. That's it for me gaming wise. Yeah.
All right.
How about you, Brian? Is it just been Tekken 8 and Helldivers?
I
That
mean,
it?
pretty much. I've been interchanged with it. I hopped in the POW world again, like last week. Still neat. You know, the pals are still there working away. So there's not much to say. I did get my ass beat a lot though. I ran into a like level 21 zone. Well, I was like barely level 15, so I was getting my ass beat real quick. Other than that, yeah, it's just been Tekken 8 and Helldivers 2 for the most part. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, it's literally just been. Well, actually, no. I told you a little bit about this yesterday, Joel, but Fortnite released their special assignment for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you can unlock Shredder as well as a bunch of other Ninja Turtles cosmetics. So that's really neat. I've been grinding away at that a little bit. I did that a little bit today too, and boy, some of those missions are a pain in the fucking ass. Because I spent like half an hour. There's this one quest that you have to do, where you have to go find the turtles lair on the map, right? And then it just vaguely tells you then to just start traveling east for some reason. I don't know why. But of course, because it's a special event, everybody else wants to do it too. So I literally spent like half an hour just trying to get to the lair and like walk, 500 meters east to just like complete this mission. And I just kept getting capped off like every turn I went until I finally was able to do it. But it's fun. They dropped the Ninja Turtle weapons in play, so you can like get like Mikey's nunchucks, Leonardo's swords and stuff like that. So that's fun. Fortnite. It still amazes me to this day that Fortnite was something I ignored for a long time until I started playing it. Now I'm just addicted to it.
So they get you.
They got me. They got me with those deals. Especially now that they have a deal with Disney. That's fucking wild.
Oh yeah, that.
I don't think we talked about that yet.
Universe or whatever. I think I posted a picture.
It's a $1.8 billion stake in Epic.
Dude,
so Disney now
really?
owns a stake in Epic Games, and
God damn.
the partnership is they're pretty much going to make their own like you said, like a Disney universe. Like they showed this concept art of just like this big like world full of Disney properties that is very vague, but there's already memes going around of people modding Mickey Mouse skins doing the hot dog dance.
Kingdom Hearts Light.
Kingdom Hearts
basically.
Light. But yeah, other than that's I've just been gaming for the most part. So I guess speaking of gaming, what do you guys want to talk about first? Do you want to have some fun speculation or some I wouldn't say not so fun speculation, but just kind of like what could be going on? What do you guys want to do?
Ooh.
Let's do the hoon
Let's-
first. That's what I say.
Sure.
The fun one? Okay.
Save the fun one for later.
Okay. So the internet, or at least the gaming community on the internet, has been an uproar the past few weeks with certain, I would say, news outlets claiming that there's some inside sources are saying that Xbox is going to start putting their exclusives on other consoles, more namely at the time PlayStation. And of course, this got, the console war people kind of up in arms again, because, console wars are stupid. I'm surprised that in 2024 we're still talking about console wars where it's even like at this point almost irrelevant. But a lot of Xbox fans were like, well, wait a minute, why you're gonna have Xbox exclusives over PlayStation? What's the point of the fucking Xbox then? So Phil Spencer about a week ago said that they were gonna have a special like conversation coming this Thursday, which has now turned into a podcast that they're releasing on their YouTube channel around 12 p.m. Pacific, talking about like what their plans are. And slowly over time, some like official news has been starting to come out. Or I guess this past Monday, Phil Spencer, as reported, telling Xbox employees that for the foreseeable future, that they are still planning on making new consoles. So that kind of struck out the kind of notion that Xbox was going to stop like worrying about consoles and stuff. And then there was like a report from Gaming Insider or where was the article? Hold on. There was an article from Insider Gaming saying that Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment are going to be the first Xbox games to come to PS5. So I don't know if that's speculation or if it's a kind of like an insider tip about what is going to be talked about on Thursday. I guess like right off the bat, what do you guys think about this idea that Xbox might not have exclusives anymore, or at least have timed exclusives and then later come to like other consoles? What do you guys think about that?
I think we've all used cloud gaming at this point, right?
I mean, roughly.
It works pretty damn good.
Sometimes.
I've used it a lot.
It kind of depends.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, why keep creating something that you lose money on, right? Every time you sell is it Xbox, or most consoles don't make a lot of money, right?
Surprisingly, Nintendo still makes a lot of money on physical. Like they're like the only company that really, or at least out of the big three, that still makes a lot of money from physical copies, which kind of makes sense because
but I'm saying from like physical like consoles, right? Like when they sell a physical console, is that what you're saying? Or I'm sorry, did I misunderstand? Like they're saying that they're not going to create consoles anymore, or they're not selling.
Well, the rumor was that Xbox was probably going to stop making consoles, but then it was later reported that Phil Spencer said, "No, we're still going to make consoles. Don't worry about it." But I guess to your point, one of the other talking points was the idea about physical, like we've been talking about this for a while now, how like slowly Blu-rays have been going away. So the physical media itself is going away. And I think what scared a lot of people, it's like, okay, well, if physical media goes away and let's say Xbox was to become like a third party publisher, like what does that mean for the, our digital archive? Because I think not video game related, but you guys saw the announcement that Funimation was pretty much just fully dissolving, or at least the digital media service of Funimation is just dissolving into Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I did see that.
So, because like a year or so ago, Crunchyroll bought Funimation. And so at the time, Funimation had their own streaming service. And slowly, they started porting all of that content into Crunchyroll. But the issue is, people were able to buy digital media from Funimation. And with the announcement that the digital media app of Funimation is going away, their whole digital archive of media that they've bought over the years is also going away, or at least that's from what I remember from the reports. So of course, you know, do you really own your digital copies, of movies or video games is coming up again. And with this, the speculation about Xbox, it kind of brings up that fear. It's like, well, if the future of console gaming, because at this point, like, we've gotten so far with console gaming, if, like, let's say the next generation or two becomes fully digital, what's the point of having these consoles anymore? But also, just like, what's the point of I don't know. It's a very weird talking point, because it's all speculation, so we won't know anything really until Thursday. But it's the idea that you spent so much time invested into one console, and then to hear that soon that all the things that you invested in on that console might not be exclusive anymore is what's gotten a lot of people up in arms.
Which is fair. I was a big Xbox boy. I literally got a PlayStation for one game, and it seems silly. It's like, well, they're gonna port Spider-Man to Xbox. It's like, 2 points. Like, why the fuck did I buy it? They're gonna do that eventually. But I wanted Spider-Man 2 first thing, and yeah, it's a little silly. But I mean, if it's gonna cross over eventually, it makes sense. And I guess, like, why do we need, like, speaking from a place of privilege, I guess, is I have these 3 consoles, right? But it's like, and there is something nice in having just one where everything can be at the same time. But again, it's like, then why do we have all these different things if they're just gonna shift them over? Again, bunch of speculation too. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange thing. I don't. Ooh, excuse me. I don't know why people are getting upset about the console wars. Clearly, Xbox very much lost. I put it in our team chat.
They even said it themselves.
They lost, and there's data to show it. There's like double the amount of PlayStations than there are Xboxes.
Yeah, it's like 2-1 for PlayStations versus Xboxes.
Yeah. So I don't know why people are getting up in arms. I get, like, also, like, this is supposed to be exclusive, like I was saying. Like, oh, what's the point? But God of War is coming to Xbox, or what's the point? Gears of War is going to PlayStation. I kind of get it, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Then what was the point? That I think that's where it leads me eventually. Like, what was the point? I mean, I guess money and different rival companies and reading some stuff that they can't see, but I don't know. But yeah, it's weird.
It's the tale as old as time. My team is better than yours. But like, when my team starts giving the other team stuff, then, it feels like betrayal, I guess. Yeah. Which is weird.
And yeah. And then there's the chance it's like, do you even own your media, right? It's like, that's a whole fucking weird thing. Like, do I even own this copy of a thing? Like, can I even transfer it over? And then, of course, there's, some of our friends who's like, I just have a computer and it does everything. And I'll just wait. Like, I think they're the ones probably winning out the most here. Except, they don't port Nintendo games usually to the computer. So, yeah,
never.
Or it's pirated, emulated, or whatever. Yeah, I think for consumers, this is it's kind of a shitty deal. It kind of harkens me back to like I saw today, Destiny has a humble bundle, all these DLCs for like $40, and I bought most of those DLCs at $40. Right? I can see how some people are upset about that. But to me, it's like cool. More people have a chance to play it, and so be like, "Well, I spent top
Yeah.
dollar for it at the time," which is, I guess, goes back to the same thing with the consoles, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's an argument to be made where, like I said, we don't know exactly what their plan is. We won't know until, Phil Spencer tells us on Thursday. But like the idea, like for me, is like, was it really cool when last year they just shadow dropped, Hi-Fi Rush as like a, Xbox exclusive, and it turned out to be a really awesome game? Yeah, it was really cool. And I bet you like a lot of people who either own an Xbox or own Game Pass were really fucking excited that day. But what'd be also cool is if everybody else could experience how cool Hi-Fi Rush is, gaining more popularity for the game, which guarantees more of a reason why to make a sequel.
Yep.
It's kind of like, I always tell you how much I love Titanfall. Titanfall 1 was an Xbox exclusive. It was a critical success. It wasn't a huge success, like monetarily wise. That's why they put Titanfall 2 on multiple consoles, and they put on, PlayStation and Xbox and PC. They still bundled that release though, but it goes to show, like if Xbox was to maybe not put all like their big games, but like if we get like a Hi-Fi Rush, or in the articles to like Pentiment, like some of the not small in like stature, but small in like small experiences compared to like the big AAA games. Why not? We've seen it. We've seen them do it before. Xbox put Cuphead on the Switch.
Yep.
A couple like a year or so after it released. So why can't I do that? And it already, like, Xbox has already shown that, hey, we don't really care where you play our games as long as you're playing our games.
Well, that too. I mean, it's like more people are playing your game and you're still making money off of it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
let people play the game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. So like I said, we won't know until, that podcast comes out. But I'm sure there's going to be a percentage of people online that will not like what they have to say, or they will. I don't know. It all depends on, how I think they said it's going to be like a good discussion about like what they're actually going to do. So we'll just have to wait until next podcast to talk about what they talked about.
Yeah, you
What
said
are the console war people going to do? Switch sides? I'm going to PlayStation now. I'm so mad. I'm going to Xbox. Fuck you, PlayStation.
Watch, there's going to be videos of people destroying their their Series X's and S's, and it's like,
oh my god, people destroying their PS5.
$500 down the toilet.
Today. Yeah, dumbasses.
it's like the people who burn their jerseys when their favorite football team loses.
Yeah.
It pretty much is. Except you can go in debt with the console, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess we could just move away from the questionable speculation to a little bit more fun speculation, because there are more talks about possibly there being a Nintendo Direct coming up soon. And with the Nintendo Direct, the announcement of the Switch 2. And also there's reports saying that if this comes to pass, we might be seeing the Switch 2 as early as this fall.
Ooh,
right in
for
time for Christmas.
huh?
Yep.
Holiday.
Right
I
in
mean,
time for Christmas.
it kind of lines up because as far as we know, there isn't any new Switch games really announced after March. Like I think the Princess Peach game and the Thousand Year Door remake is like the last things we really know are
Shadow
coming.
dropping a Digimon game.
Maybe. but yeah, so new Switch talks. I wanted to ask you guys, what would they have to have on the Switch 2 to make you want to be a day one adopter?
Mm, I don't know, man. I just got my Switch like 2 years ago. So my Switch is like brand new and like I barely put any hours into it. I'm not in any real rush to like change. Um it's tricky cuz like I mean like my kids are getting older so like they'll want to start to play more video games soon. It's like I have a Switch Lite and stuff like that. So it's like, maybe they'll want to play some of that, but I don't know. I guess I just have to see what features would be in it, right? Like, oh, will they support 60 1080? Who knows? Like,
This is Nintendo. Of course they won't.
right? Like, so it's like, all right, well, what are you selling me, man? Like,
45
Nintendo.
FPS.
Nintendo is selling Nintendo.
right. So it's like, what are you gonna sell me?
I don't know. Like, I was trying to think of what the Switch has now compared to what they could possibly add on, because I know like there was the report saying how it was going to be running games at like a much higher rate than the Switch does now, but still technically weaker than the current gen consoles. But like for me, battery life is a must.
Mm-hmm.
They got to figure that out. The assumption is that it's still going to be a hybrid console, so it's still going to be like a portable slash, dock it to your TV. Yeah, I don't know what they could do with it. Honestly, like it'd be nice if they had more options like the 3DS had.
You know what
'Cause,
I
like,
want? I want like a CD disc changer style where I can have like 5 like Switch games in it.
God,
And I'm just kidding. I'm just
That'd be pretty
joking.
cool.
just here we go.
Yep.
Pretty
Exactly.
cool.
It's gonna be made out of Labo pieces.
I think for me, honestly, it'd have to be a few things. Like go back to kind of like you guys are saying the DS, and it's like, yeah, I would want like a touch screen, being able to message you guys. I think was kind of cool. Bring that back.
So that's the funny thing.
Chat room?
The Switch does have a touchscreen. It's just there's nothing that needs it.
You want a stylus again, is what you're saying.
No, I don't want a stylus. I actually don't. But I mean, if it came with one, that would be cool. Maybe a couple more utility things. It's small. Put a light on it. I don't know. That's just me being older, I guess.
Like,
Put a
And
light
also,
on
it
it?
would have to be
Like a
a
flashlight?
light. Yeah, something goofy. Or a camera. I don't know. I'm thinking of the DS too much, I guess. Also,
3D functionality.
Oh,
the
yeah.
game they would have to announce to go with it would have to be something stellar. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Marcelo. I got the Switch maybe a year or two before you. I've just only put really a lot of time with the Zelda games, a little bit of Heave Ho, Mario Party, Smash, but that's about it. Maybe that's a disservice I've done to it, but I don't see it would have to be like the most fucking amazing Pokemon game ever, paired with the next big Zelda game and Metroid Prime. Something something groundbreaking. Other than that,
What if you
I
could
don't
play
know. I'm just
Call of
taking it
Duty
for-
on the go?
Oh, okay. Anyway, anyway,
Because Xbox is tied to it for 10 years.
Well, then you think about it, it's like, okay, well,
yeah,
think about what first party Switch games could come out for the Switch. Because Zelda just came out.
yeah.
And
Upres, Tears of the Kingdom.
but it's like everybody just bought. Like, are people gonna rebuy Zelda Upres? Well, of course people are gonna buy Zelda
Yeah.
Upres.
You know, and it's been a while since we had a new Mario game, like a
Since like Odyssey, is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
like a
Odyssey
new
2?
3D Mario game. You know, it'd be wild. They spent so much time adding on to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. How baller of them would it be for
Mario
like the
Kart
release of
9.
Switch Mario Kart 9? We finished 8 finally, and here comes 9. Fuck y'all. Buy it
I would be a
again.
little more on board if fucking F-Zero came in. Like, it would be their premier fucking racing game. I'd be like, all right, I see you. Let's go. I'm ready to race.
Man,
That's not gonna happen.
if only.
Or Tekken 8.
Oh, in 40 FPS.
Don't
You saw Mortal
don't joke
Kombat
with
for the
me.
Switch? You guys
Hey,
remember
that's-
Mortal Kombat for the Switch?
I blame Warner Brothers for that shit.
If you haven't
They knew
already,
they
we've
knew
said
it wasn't
before.
ready.
Look up Mortal Kombat for the Switch and the comparisons.
And just prepare to be shocked and awed.
What would it take you, Brian? What would grab you day one? Like, I have to get the Switch 2 or Switch Plus, whatever they fucking call it.
You know, you're kind of on the lines with what I was thinking, because fuck. I remember how awesome it was to have my 3DS and have all the Street Pass functionality, and like you take it with you and have the Street Pass. So when you walk by other people that have their 3DS on, you get like one of their Miis as a visitor, and you can take that Mii and go into like the little mini games they have on the 3DS. And oh, and you know what? For as shit as the Wii U console was, one of the coolest things about that console was the fact that they had that whole community page where you could, it's basically their own kind of social media website on the Wii U, where everybody could make posts with like their snapshots of like games and stuff. They could just talk about all the games that are on the Wii U. There's people that were scarily good at like the sketching on the gamepad with the touch screen. They're able to like do like the little sketch like dot art that was really good, like kind of scarily good. Just need kind of like that connectivity, because for the Switch, yeah, it was awesome to bring like console level games on the go, but after that it was just kind of there. Like, the Switch is an awesome console. I love my Switch. I have my day one Switch. It's an old man at this point, but
You have a day one Switch still?
oh yeah,
Dude.
I thought about getting the OLED a while ago, but then when I was like thinking, it's like, man, it's like almost 6 years, and it's like there has to be a Switch 2 coming soon. But like,
Will you trade it in for the Switch 2? Your day one?
it depends. If that's another thing. Another thing that will get me to be a day one adopter of the Switch 2 is that if one, they say that all Switch games are backwards compatible onto the Switch 2, and two, if you're able to get all of your digital downloads from the eShop downloaded onto the Switch 2 without any fucking problem. Because that's the one thing Nintendo has had a really hard time with, is their architecture for their online like eShop service is not fucking great. Like, it took them until the Switch to start toying around with the idea of cloud saving and being able to access your purchases easily. They're definitely far away behind compared to like the PlayStation and the Xbox, you know, like whole like services as far as that's concerned. So if they come out with like, hey, Switch 2, you know, it's better, stronger than the Switch, still portable, whatever. But hey, all the games that you have on your Switch now, don't worry. They'll be right there waiting for you when you boot up your Switch 2. That would be really cool. Will that happen? Probably not, because Nintendo has a bunch of dinosaurs heading the company still. No offense, but goddamn, some nice infrastructure would be really nice. And let's get rid of that fucking phone app. God damn it! Like, I understand you don't want online voice chat because kids play the console, but can we at least like get a way to be able to invite your friends from your fucking console to a game? Because that shit is annoying as fuck. That's my rant.
Yeah, like there's like the Switch itself is a pretty good system. I mean, there's quality of life things. Like, yeah, we all want better battery life. I don't know. The OLED I think is cool. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm trying to think of like I just can't think of any like games that are gonna come out with the system that I'm like, at least games that I play, right? Like there's like no games that I can think of that I'm like, oh, I want this game to come out or
What if
whatever.
Metroid Prime 4 came out?
But see, I'm not a Metroid person. I've never
Oh,
really
okay.
played like Metroid games. So I guess that's a maybe that's that like I said, that's like a me thing. So that I can't think of any games that like I would play that I'm like, oh hell yeah, like I have to have this one or whatever. You know.
You know, it'd be amazing, because as far as I know, for a lot of at least the more recent Nintendo console launches, the Switch had a middling, you know, game launch as far as selection goes, because you had Breath of the Wild, you had 1-2 Switch was a game nobody fucking liked. You had Super Bomberman R, which was, I thought was cool because it's like, oh, a Bomberman launch title, that's kind of cool. But like you had about like 6-ish games like people could buy on the shelf. And then for a while, like the Switch, what was carrying the Switch until like the next big game launch was like a bunch of indie games, which was cool. Like indie games were thriving back in, what was it, 2016 when the Switch came out? Like the indie games were thriving on the Switch for a very long time and carried that console for a bit until like Mario Odyssey came out like later in the year. But imagine like the Switch 2 coming out and like, let's say maybe you finally get the Metroid Prime 4 that has been in the shadows for years now, or like a new Mario game. But then what if you get like a big third party game? Like Nintendo has always had a rough time with like third party. Switch has been surprisingly a little bit easier getting like third party support. But like, what if Xbox swings it and Activision swings it? So like if the Switch was to come out this November, it comes out with Call of Duty. And it starts that 10-year promise that the Xbox made while they were in courts. Like, we have a 10-year promise with Nintendo. Call of Duty's coming into Nintendo for at least 10 years. Start with the Switch 2. And I won't say it will make a big dent because, you know, still I think to this day, like PlayStation has like the biggest Call of Duty fan base, or at least the most vocal fan base. But like if you could get a decent version of whatever Call of Duty is coming out this year on the Switch,
Imagine Warzone on the Switch.
Mike.
Dude, that would be insane.
Starfield on the Switch.
It's like, and it doesn't have to be like the prettiest thing in the world, but if as long as it runs, you know, it doesn't have to be the best, but it has to run. That's the important thing. Like, I think that would be hype as fuck. Cause like, oh man, it's a new Switch console that has fucking Call of Duty on it. That has, you know, name
Garfield
like,
has Sea of Thieves.
Oh
yeah,
my god, Sea of
like a,
Thieves.
like legit though. Like, wouldn't you get like a fucking portable Sea of Thieves? Like, I know you could technically play it on the X Cloud or whatever, but like, how wild would that be?
That'd be dope.
So,
I mean, I would just play Skull and Bones.
so here's the thing. Did you guys see, varying off of our Switch conversation, did you guys see the latest like trailer that they came out with for Skull and Bones?
No.
A couple weeks ago, is there a newer one they dropped or?
There was one that came out like this past week, I think. I saw it on TikTok, so I don't know when it came out, but it was the most recent thing. It was pretty much like they were showing off it was their year one timeline for like post launch content, and it's like, why the fuck didn't you release this earlier? All of their other trailers looked mid as fuck, but for some reason this is the trailer to decide to make the game look actually interesting. Like, the game actually looks fun in this trailer, and they actually show you like stuff that they are planning on having for like the entire year, and like what like and how you would play like the content that they're going to be releasing. And it's like, where was this earlier? You like, they had so many opportunities to show people what this game could be, and they wait until like literally the last second to be like, okay guys, this is what we're gonna do. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going about it the wrong way. Like, the marketing is just like not great, and I don't know, man. I'm feeling some sort of way about it. Like, how many years has it been since they've announced it? When did Sea of Thieves come out?
2016?
Let me use
Like,
let me use the
they got
supercomputer
announced.
brain.
Like, they got announced at the same time.
I don't think they were announced at the same time.
Didn't they get announced at the
Not
same E3?
not far after. That's for sure.
So Sea of Thieves was released in 2018.
2018.
So let's see, Skull and Bones announcement date, or first announced. It's the release date. God damn it! I want to announce date. Oh, oh no. So Sea of Thieves was released in 2018, but Skull and Bones was first announced in 2017 at E3.
Oh no. Marcelo was right.
You were right. Fuck.
This game has been in dev hell for 7 years.
Told you.
Fuck. And they hyped it. No, because wasn't it the same E3 press conference when they showed off Beyond Good and Evil 2? And that big CG trailer that just disappeared out of nowhere.
Oh yeah. And the Coder trailer, gone forever.
Yeah, that was that
man.
big. That's why there was a whole thing. It's like, oh fuck, it's like this big year of pirates. We had a whole conversation about this. I remember that.
I
Like,
think
we were
we probably did, yeah. But just remember, it's like, oh, remember what you loved about Assassin's
Black Flag.
Creed Black Flag?
yeah.
Ships. That's it. Ships.
There's just a lot of
I
things
do have
like.
this,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I do like in the trailer I saw they're pivoting to more mystical shit. I'm glad that's actually something that was interesting to me. That's cool. I think I like that part of Assassin's Creed. They started being more mythical and like doing the mythos shit, which I appreciate the ties to realism too. But I think for this kind of game, you have to do something like that. All right, what were you gonna say, Marcel?
No, just that, like, I mean, there's just so many things wrong that I've seen with this game. Like, you can't just dock wherever you want. You can't, you can't get off wherever you want. There's just a lot of things that you can't do in this game that Sea of Thieves you've been able to do since day one.
Yeah.
It's like, what's
True.
the appeal here? Personally,
See,
some
yeah, I think where they went wrong was that the first thing that came out of their mouths about Skull and Bones is that it was inspired by Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
right. You
When you
took the
say
engine
that,
from Black Flag and then ripped it to
Yeah.
shreds. To shreds, you say?
when when you say that right out of the gate, of course the expectation is to be like, oh man, we're gonna get to do a lot of things like we did in Black Flag, where
Yeah.
really they should have said first was like, this is a naval combat game.
Mm-hmm.
And then like in an interview you say, oh yeah, we were inspired by Black Flag's naval combat. Now if it's, forgive me, like 2017 was a long fucking time ago in COVID years, but maybe they said that it was like Black Flag's naval combat. But of course, a lot of people hear Assassin's Creed 4 and it's like, oh shit, that's so awesome. It's one of the best Assassin's Creed games, and you're going to make more something like that. So of course people are going to be thinking about you being able to board your ship, have swashbuckling adventures and,
Yeah.
taking over. And then when they see just a ship blasting in their ship, which could be cool. I've played the beta before, and so it's just like, oh, okay. It's ship combat. It's,
Right.
it doesn't feel terrible. And I know they've been like working on it. They've had a lot of closed beta tests over the years, like the past 2 years at least. I don't know. I just thought it was wild that this is the first trailer that actually makes the game look interesting. So hopefully,
I mean, we'll
they could.
see. I mean, maybe it might be the best game in the world. Who knows?
Remember, Marcelo, when you said Tekken 8 was the best? Here you are, 2 years later, the best sailor in Skull and Bones. An alternate future.
I'm a level 30 scurvy pirate.
Eat some oranges, my man.
Well, you know what? If Skull and Bones doesn't do it, maybe Assassin's Creed Red could do it, because apparently it might come out as soon as the end of this year. Even though it was
Holiday time
announced,
as well.
even though it was like announced like over a year ago.
I thought they were going to stop churning out Assassin's Creed games. Did they not? Did they not learn?
Well, I mean,
Is that
if
one going back to the Origins formula?
yeah, it's gonna be in Japan finally. I mean, they've probably been working on this for a while. It's just kind of funny because Valhalla was like a 2 year like game. Like they kept that game going for like 2 years, like 2.5 years actually. So and then like Mirage was like a smaller game. So it's been a little while since like a big Assassin's Creed games come out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say anything bad about Mirage. I love Mirage. That was a fun game. It was fun for me.
There's no planned DLC for Mirage. Is it just one and done?
No, it was just here's a story, have some nostalgia. Done.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because they technically said like within like the fiscal year, so it could be anywhere from after March of this year to the beginning of March next year. So it could be, it's a big broad area, but like the rumor is that it could be as early as the end of this year, like around like kind of like around the November-ish time again, like most Assassin's Creed games come out. Still no idea what Infinite is. that whole hub idea they announced.
It wasn't like a multiplayer kind of
It's
a
gonna be a
team up
Smash
with
style
assassin
game.
friends.
It was from what I remember when we watched the press conference, Joel. It seemed like it was supposed to be like this big hub where you can access, or I guess you could access the games from, but they haven't talked about it at all since. So,
It's gonna be like
No
a Smash
idea.
Bros. Style Assassin's Creed game where you can just smash and plays
smash your
everybody.
assassins.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just everyone versus Shay? Is that it?
Oh God.
All ganging up on one Templar and hate them. I
You can
guess.
you can be the Pope from the
Oh,
first one.
Dude, OP as fuck.
Yes, just don't have Cesare come around. Just Cesare is
Cesare.
instant death. Oh, speaking of which, they should be making a multiplayer game too. They said they were looking into it.
I think they are. I think it's coming out this week, Brian. It's called Skull and Bones.
Oh no! Abort mission! Abort mission! Oh. Well, maybe in 2 weeks we'll hear that Skull and Bones is actually kind of okay. And people are having fun with it, hopefully. I don't know. All I know is that I will be playing Tekken 8. Like you should. As far as that goes, I don't know if there's any other information or any news that we missed that you guys want to bring up real quick, or
New Game Plus for Spider-Man in March 7th. That's it.
yeah, finally.
Out fucking time. I don't know why that wasn't released like base game, but I've been meaning to go back. I blasted to the game and I loved it. I enjoyed it, but it's about time they have a New Game Plus and release some new skins for us. I probably have to pay for them. But
Are they releasing new skins?
they did say in the thing I shared, they said they have highly requested features like new game, new suits, and more. But yeah, New Game Plus for sure. So I'm gonna guess $20 skin pack probably. That sounds weird when I say it like that. $20.
I don't know,
Spider-Man
because
suit pack.
they were all the other skins they released post Spider-Man 1 were all free.
Were they?
Yeah. All the Raimi suits that we got in the
they
first
were
game.
locked for me. They were locked for me. Oh, maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm
I
thinking
think
of
you
another
had to beat the game first.
game. Really?
I think so.
Crazy. Whatever. Well,
I
I
wonder-
hope they are free.
I wonder what
I
the
would love
and
to be
more
wrong
is.
about being teasers for DLC. Maybe like a one in-game mission teasing where you're doing next. I'm
You
guessing.
can be Black Cat.
I mean, have adventures in
Paris.
Redacted.
Paris.
Spoilers, Marcelo. It's only been out for.
I mean, it's the least consequential fucking spoiler of the game.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
You heard it here, folks. Fuck spoilers.
And if you want to complain, you can. Where can you send an email to, Joel?
UnitedWeNerdcast@gmail.com. Questions, comments, critiques. You want to ask us about Black Cat? Why does Marcelo hate Black Cat? I don't fucking know. Anyway, send us an email at UnitedWeNerdcast@gmail.com. And yes, Marcelo is buying Skull and Bones. I told him to. He's buying it right now. So ask away.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate it. Remember, this Sunday, 1 p.m., twitch.tv/UnitedWeNerd, week 3. The chase of the title, see who will take the lead.
Medical Bill Triton. Stack McSlacks.
Dak
Argus,
McSlacks.
Ragnar. Sassy Molassie. These names mean nothing to you. That's okay. They're in the wrestling game. Come watch us, or at least watch the VOD after. because we're having
Yes.
hella fun. I laughed so fucking hard. The Triton fight, that shit was hilarious.
It was fun. It was pretty fun. Also, that high school had too many Hell in the Cell matches.
For real. They are invested in Hell in the Cell at Raven High or whatever it is.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Keep on nerding, y'all.
Keep all nerded. Medical Bill.